So another year and another Oscars ceremony. Joy. I wasn't able to watch it live, but I instead watched Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio for the 5th time. And while we were watching it on my Discord server, someone posted there that the film won the Best Animated Feature Academy Award, which is well deserved in my opinion. I still need to get around to watching Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, but in my personal opinion, this was definitely the news I wanted to hear. The contrast between this year's Oscar ceremony and last year's is, well, it's obvious that they've listened to us. From going back to reviving the role of the solo Oscar host with Jimmy Kimmel, who in my opinion not only brought class and taste back, but also showed he made the actual effort to show he took the position seriously, unlike the terrible Amy Schumer who didn't even bother watching any of the nominated movies other than Encanto because she has a toddler, and she had the audacity to say so on the actual Oscars stage. Though I know there are some who don't like watching the Oscars, they don't think they matter anymore, and yeah, in a way you are right, but I also found that this year's Oscars were kinda ordinary and safe in comparison to last year's, but you're not ever going to top the, let's not mention that moment. I personally feel that, yeah, they need to be that way, they need to be ordinary, because in my opinion, that is sometimes how respect is shown. Putting restraint on an award show like this, which celebrates the arts. You're not here to make political statements, you are here to celebrate accomplishment achieved within the arts, and yeah, it's become predictable, and yeah, the Oscars are, in my opinion, still a joke, but the Oscars is still something that has a special place in my heart, and I try to make every effort to pay attention every year. This year's Oscar ceremony was definitely more emotionally charged than last year's, and when I say that, I mean in a good way. I mean, every single Oscar ceremony is different because it's reflecting the state of the film industry at the time, and of course, the films that are made at the time definitely have a huge influence on the overall atmosphere and tone of the Oscar ceremony. This one definitely felt like it was celebrating more the behind the scenes stuff, as in how the stage was set up and how even in the monologue, instead of having a big show number to open the Oscars, they had clips showing the behind the scenes process of how these films are made, which to me is definitely taking Oscars back to its roots and remembering, hey, this is what we're celebrating. It's about peeking behind the curtain. That's what the Oscars is to me. There's still a long way to go, and yet, in my opinion, they're still a joke, especially with the problems I had with finding Dwayne Johnson's speech before he presented the Best Animated Feature Oscar. Unfortunately, those steps have been taken to show animation more respect. I mean, Guillermo del Toro's speech, short as it was straight and to the point, which I do appreciate, but I do still feel that they were shoved right up to be the first award to be presented, and when I was trying to find a clip of what Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Emily Blunt actually said before presenting, I could not even find an official clip of that moment anywhere. I had to get someone on Twitter to actually find this moment for me. I know there is an obvious reason as to why this is, because when last year's animated feature Oscar was presented, they were also promoting the remake of The Little Mermaid, and this year the award for Best Animated Feature did not have a movie to promote because the trailer for the remake for The Little Mermaid was aired during the Oscars ceremony this year. How convenient. So, of course, they're not going to have that clip officially available on YouTube. Unless I just didn't look hard enough, I don't know. But this was the only clip I could find of the actual speech that was said by Dwayne Johnson before they presented the Oscar to Guillermo del Toro. You know, as annoying as that is for trying to make a video about my reaction, it's also a reflection on there's still steps to be made here. Guillermo del Toro did say in his Oscar speech that animation is ready to go to the next step.
Animation is cinema, animation is not a genre, and animation is ready to be taken to the next step.
I don't know what he meant by that, but I would like to think that the next step for animation is for an animated feature to win Best Film. Not just to be nominated, but to actually win. I really feel that that is Guillermo del Toro's goal. Animation needs to be accepted as a medium alongside live action. The way that it's pigeonholed into the Best Animated Feature category is frankly bloody ridiculous, and changes need to happen.
That word, animation, Like many words, it comes from the mother tongue, Latin.
Oh my God.
Its root meaning? To bestow life. Huh?
Dwayne, we just need to keep this moving. No, we're just wasting time.
You know, I mean, really think about it. Is it really wasting time to say that animation is the very definition of film? Artfully telling sophisticated. Thank you.
You know what?
See that?
Yeah.
Artfully, thank you guys. Artfully telling sophisticated narratives frame by frame. That it's tied to the origin of cinema itself and encompasses a whole array of visual styles and techniques as displayed by, thank you, the nominees this year.
That was very, very nice.
Thank you.
Very, very nicely put, and I'm going to give you that one.
Yeah, the Oscars are still a joke, but they've made steps to change to make things better. At least there's no sign of Amy Schumer anywhere. I'm Mad Munchkin, stay creative.